So I thought, hey, what better time to just go online and talk to all of you lovely, fine people. There's uh, there's something that a few people know about me. I don't know how many, but I always say I'm advanced in two things. Two things: ADHD and dyslexia. And I've been that way my whole life. Um, Very few people actually know, up until this point, anyhow. Very few people actually know that I'm dyslexic. And you get a little bit over that over time, but that's something that it never fully goes away. So here's the thing about dyslexia. Here's how bad it was for me growing up. I didn't write just letters or numbers backwards. I wrote the entire word backwards. You could read it in a mirror. I was a very advanced dyslexic. And that can be quite hard. Um, and my ADHD was, well, back when I was diagnosed with ADHD for the first time, they just called it hyperactivity. There was not much of anything that they had in the way back then. As I grew, of course, they went with medications, but my parents never did. And I learned how to moderate it myself. I actually learned things like, hey, caffeine helps with ADHD. So I became a caffeinetic. That's a term I came up with. It helped quite a bit. And then later in life, I found that Kratom can work very well for ADHD. To this day, I use those two things, caffeine and Kratom. And Kratom brings so much mental clarity, it's ridiculous. Now, like, you have to be careful because I have heard that some people have developed an abuse for it. So be very careful of Kratom. Don't abuse it. But if you use it well, it can really help with ADHD. I'm speaking from a personal perspective. I've been using Kratom for years now, and especially the green and white strains really help with ADHD. But you have to make sure you only ever take so much of a dose. Don't ever go over top of that. I get mine in capsule form, and it's very easy. I take 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon. And then I switch my strain every week so that way I never actually build a tolerance for it. And that's really the most important way to do that, is to always switch your strain every week. So you never have to increase your dosage. But I'll tell you, for ADHD, nothing works better than Kratom. So, again, be careful though. You have to figure out where your personal tolerance level is. I would say go to Supernatural Botanicals. It's a great resource. It's organic. It also helps with training, by the way. So if you enjoy training in sports, I teach Muay Thai, combat sports. It will also help with your training. Your endurance levels will go up. Your endurance levels will go up during training. If you have minor aches and pains, it will also help with that as well. So, but again, I get the energy blend. If you go to Supernatural Botanicals, and I don't make any money telling you this, if you go to Supernatural Botanicals and you get the sample kit, it has 3 different strains in it. It's 3 different green strains. I take a different strain every week, and I never build a tolerance because I always switch my strains. But for those two things, it's fantastic for both training and for ADHD. It's been a godsend for my ADHD. There's nothing, I know I'm singing the praises of it, but again, there's nothing like Kratom for ADHD. If you want an all natural way to keep a hold on your ADHD, it's Kratom. White works very well as well, the white strains. But yeah, just go to Supernatural Botanicals, grab the energy blend, and then there's different ways you could partake in it. So there's also the full leaf you can get, and you make a nice tea out of it. Be careful though, because if you let it sit too long, it gets very strong. And again, you want to use this to help yourself, not to become an addict. And you can become an addict at anything. People will often tell you things like, it's all natural, you can't become an addict. No, that's a load of hooey. You can become an addict at anything. Caffeine and sugar are the two biggest addictions across the entire country. All right, you can become an addict at anything. Weed. Doctors have proven that, weed it can be habit forming. Okay, anything can be used medicinally though, and I use Kratom medicinally, and I find that it works very well. Yeah, try it out for yourself. All right, I'm about to pull into work, so I'll let you guys have a great day. But yeah, if you have ADHD, I'm going to tell you right now, learn where your tolerance level is. Try it for your ADHD. It's fantastic. It's great. You don't have to rely on big pharma to help you with your natural cures. So, Godspeed. Have a great one.